Antheia is the Greek goddess of gardens and flowers, and I thought this was a nice kind of continuation because this is in the white bottle in the present day collection, and obviously the first one was Gaia. Gaia is basically goddess Earth, the Earth as mother goddess, and so continuation of a goddess of flowers, you know, a specific part of the Earth, I thought was a nice kind of continuation of the opening kind of theme. And so Antheia, as like the name would suggest, is based around florals, but I also included fruits because of it being a garden. So in the garden there's fruits, there's flowers, there's wood, and it's all happening in this beautiful kind of goddess garden. To me, it does lean a little bit more feminine. I think it's very pretty, very beautiful. Not to say that a man can't wear it. I think quite a few men will probably enjoy it themselves. But I would say leaning on the feminine if some guys aren't, you know, too keen on fruits and florals together. So understandable. But, you know, personally, I would say it's unisex. Like I say, leaning a little bit the other way. So the opening of Antheia is a mix of fruits and citrus. So the opening of Antheia uses this really nice, juicy mandarin orange note essential oil paired with a yuzu aldehyde. I love yuzu, and I wanted to use the aldehyde. It gives this kind of, how do I say it? Well, I'll explain a little bit further before I go into it. I also use ginger essential oil. So there's a ginger note, there's mandarin, and there's yuzu aldehyde. The combination of this gives the ginger pairing the yuzu aldehyde, gives it this kind of sparkly, fizzy, kind of bright, fresh, fizzy kind of opening. And the yuzu aldehyde gives it this kind of musky, clean, fresh, just uplifting kind of smell, which I'm very rounded and smooth as well. But the mandarin orange gives it a juiciness. So there's a juicy, fruity opening with a little bit of fizz and sparkle because of the ginger, and I really enjoy it. I think it smells cool. And I also used a combination of apricot and a raspberry natural isolate. So it's a raspberry accord essentially built from natural isolates, and the combination of all that gives it this kind of beautiful fruity kind of vibe, which is just really quite tasty for me. The heart of the fragrance is built around a few things. There's a real orris butter tincture. There is also a violet accord paired with the orris butter. There's a little bit of orris synthetic just to bulk up the orris tincture, but just a hint of that. There's quite a bit of natural Bulgarian rose absolute in here, and lotus, pink lotus absolute. So the main florals in here are the orris paired with the violet with rose and lotus. And so those are the kind of the core of the florals in the heart. Now as it dries down, I used sandalwood. There's the Indian sandalwood essential oil in here. I buy it, it's called Mysore sandalwood. I don't like to call it Mysore personally. When you look at the safety certificate, it's described as East Indian sandalwood, and so I'm just going to say it's Indian sandalwood. But its quality is thick, it's creamy, it's real genuine sandalwood. It's not synthetic sandalwood in this. And paired with that sandalwood is just a hint of Haitian vetiver, so real vetiver. Only in a smaller quantity. It's not enough to be like super uber duper masculine, but it just gives a little bit more of an earthy, rooty tone to the base paired with the creamy sandalwood. And I used a real Madagascan vanilla absolute, but there's a good dollop of vanilla absolute in here. I did pair it, or back it up should I say, with vanillin, because vanillin is what gives you that classic vanilla sweet smell that people like. Vanilla absolute isn't particularly massively sweet. It's woody, it's balsamic, it's quite complex, but that gives it the richness, and then the vanillin paired with that helps just to give it you know, that sweetness that people enjoy. So that's paired together under an amber accord. So there is a little bit of Peru balsam in here with a little bit of labdanum. And so the labdanum and the Peru balsam and the vanilla absolute and vanillin gives it this kind of vanilla ambery accord paired with the sandalwood, a hint of vetiver. There's also real ambergris in this. But it's a quality perfume. I think it smells beautiful. Hopefully you'll enjoy the transitions.